All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're talking about the red hot San Francisco 49ers, folks. They're 11-3, and Brock Purdy is your MVP. We've never really seen something like this. Mr. Irrelevant putting up insane statistics, getting the victories. Everybody is rallying behind him, and let's just keep it a buck here. If you're watching these games, he's just straight up making plays. I always find it funny when, and especially this past week, man, there was that stat comparison that was all over Twitter this past week, comparing Jimmy G and Brock Purdy and their, the start of their tenure with San Francisco. And I just find it so funny how, especially like in today's era, everybody likes to just go fully based off of statistics, Now, if you're a Niners fan and you're watching this video right now, I know you're going to fully agree with me here. Brock Purdy and Jimmy G, they're not even close. Like, you can show me whatever statistic you want. You can literally show me any statistic you want. They are not even close. Watching Jimmy Garoppolo on San Francisco and watching Brock Purdy on San Francisco, it's night and day, folks. Brock Purdy is throwing for over 271 yards per game. He has 29 touchdowns. He has just 7 interceptions. I mean, he literally almost has 4,000 passing yards on the season. They've only played 14 games. All right. He's doing all of this at a 70% completion percentage clip. I mean, he's Mr. Irrelevant, technically. We've just never seen anything like this. And once again, until he wins a ring this year, people will they're going to continue to nitpick it. They're going to continue to naysay. They're going to reach so desperately for any type of statistic, any type of metric to just kind of discredit what Brock Purdy is doing. Obviously, it's not just Brock Purdy, and we're going to be talking about the San Francisco 49ers in tonight's video. But guys, before we do, if you enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Niners fans, I post at least 1 to 2 Niners videos every single week. So if we could try and get this video to 100 likes, that would mean the absolute world to me. So 45-29 road victory against divisional rival in the Arizona Cardinals. We all know it. Divisional games are going to be as competitive as they come, especially Arizona. I just feel like, even though they're 3-11, I feel like they've done a really good job just trying hard, playing good football, giving it all, on a game-to-game basis. The big nitpick for this win, it's just fun. People are nitpicking Brock Purdy's statistics just in general, but people are nitpicking the 29 points given up. Here's San Francisco was so freaking efficient with the football yesterday afternoon. They got dominated in the time of possession 26-34 Arizona's way, just simply because they're clearly the much better football team. I mean, they only had 7 third down attempts. They went 4-7 on third down, but they had 406 total yards of offense. They gave up 436, but no Niners fan or NFL fan for that matter was watching that game and ever thought at any point in that game, you know what, maybe Arizona can find a way to win this football game. Brock Purdy, your current MVP, because of Dakota Prescott's absolute terrible game last night or yesterday against the Buffalo Bills, 16-25, 242 yards, 4 touchdowns, most importantly, 0 interceptions. He's way more than a game manager. And it's hard to really describe it without watching it because the statistics are good. And everybody likes to look at, oh, well, you know what? He's got CMC, and CMC is one hell of a running back. He's clearly the best running back in the National Football League, and he definitely helps elevate everybody else. But Brock Purdy still has to make the throws. He still has to make these plays. He's still got to read the defense. Like, he still, at the end of the day, has to execute. And that's exactly what he's done all season. And yesterday was no different. CMC, though, just an absolute monster. He's on pace for like 24 touchdowns. He's on pace for like 2,300 total yards. I mean, this guy is an animal. And I'm curious how they're going to play these next 3 games. Maybe not against Baltimore. You got Baltimore on the road next Monday night, but especially those, or at home, on Christmas Day. I wouldn't be surprised if, especially against Washington, and especially I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of starters sat out that Week 18 game against the Los Angeles Rams. I'm curious because first and foremost, I want to keep everybody healthy, but I especially want to keep, obviously, Brock Purdy healthy, but I really want to keep CMC healthy, and it's just a long season. So only having 18 attempts yesterday is something I do like. 18 attempts, 115 yards, 6.4 yards per carry, and then obviously he had that touchdown. Passing wise, he was the man. 5 catches, 72 yards, and 2 touchdowns. This dude is an absolute freak. I mean, he's a freak. And if I have a healthy Brock Purdy, and I have a healthy Trent Williams, and I have a healthy CMC, and I have at least George Kittle, Debo Samuel, and Brandon Ayuk, I have at least 2 of those players, this team's winning it all. On paper, folks, like we talked about this in our last 49ers video last week, if this was a Madden franchise and I turned off injuries, they would not lose a game the entire season. I mean, maybe they'd lose one because of computer metrics or however the hell Madden works, but this team, if injuries were off, are the clear-cut winners, and that's why I'm very excited to see next week's game against Baltimore, because Baltimore's the best team in the AFC. So these are your number 1 team and your number 2 team in the NFL going head-to-head week 16. Does it get much better than that? I can't wait. It's going to be kind of the last real test for San Francisco. The thing is, I mean, we can point back to so many games. The Eagles on the road domination. At Jacksonville, week 10, 34-3, embarrassing loss for Jacksonville. 42-10 against the Dallas Cowgirls in week 5. I mean, we could go back. Week 1 against the Pittsburgh Steelers, who I thought were going to win 13 football games this season. I mean, you're playing good teams. Obviously, it's 17-game season. You're going to play good teams, but I don't really know what San Francisco needs to do more. At this point, they've won 6 straight football games. They are red hot. They're even somehow better than they were last season, even just from a roster standpoint, especially with the addition of Chase Young. But guys, if they're healthy, they're just going to steamroll. I mean, I don't really think it'll be close. Maybe some of these game numbers, the box score will be close like it was yesterday, 45-29. It's not really that close, but, I guess that technically is a 2-possession game. I would imagine at home, they're going to just rout every team they play. And this is no shade to Philly. This is no shade to Dallas. This is no shade to Detroit. They're just going to rout these teams. If Brock Purdy, CMC, and those boys are healthy, they're going to rout them. So I don't know. Right now, Brock Purdy is my clear-cut MVP. It's as simple as that. We just saw Dakota Prescott on the road just get embarrassed. And a couple of weeks ago, it's almost as if everybody forgot what Brock Purdy did to the Philadelphia Eagles defense. I guess the nitpick is, it's not the same Eagles defense. What more can he do? He can't do anything more than what he's doing. He's playing unbelievable for a second-year player who was the last pick in the NFL draft. I know last year especially, got a little bit annoying, and it is annoying hearing, Mr. Irrelevant, blah, 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 blah. But it's just a testament to what he's actually doing right now. This was the last pick in the NFL draft, and he's won you 11 games. I mean, I know they've got a great defense, great coach, all that stuff, but he still has to execute. I mean, this is unbelievable. Enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Try to enjoy it, man. I know Niners fans are enjoying this, but if you're not a Niners fan right now and you're hating on Brock Purdy, you're hating on this team, just try to enjoy it, all right? That's it for tonight. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. We'll definitely get another Niners video out to you guys at some point in this week. So comment down below. Is Brock Purdy your MVP? Thank you for watching. Peace.